So if you want a bulletproof mindset, build bulletproof skills. You've done the discovery. You know the property condition. You know their timeline. You know their motivation to sell. You know their price. All right? How do you get to the point where you're making the offer and getting it closed? All right? Number one, 4 steps to this. Number one, you have to uncover the goal. What's the big why? What's the big goal? What do they really want to achieve with selling this property? Because if you don't know this, you can know all the surface level stuff. You can know everything there is to know about the property. You can know everything there is to know about themselves and their life, and you've built rapport and everything. But what is their main goal with this property? Because you got to keep looping back to what their main goal is all the time. All the time, looping back and try to get to that offer presentation appointment. Get to that offer presentation appointment. Get to the point where you are presenting the documents that need to be signed for them to sell their property. And you gotta push hard to get the goal. Ryan Thornton, my acquisition manager, does a great job with this. We know all the pre-qualifying. But when he goes in that appointment, before he goes around and you go through the path to see the property and take pictures and do that weird kind of rapport building as you're getting the tour and they're telling you all about these stuff, before he does anything, he sits down and he says, I just want to know what your goal is. What's your goal? And then that's what, okay, so this offer achieves your goal. That's the whole point of this thing, is to really figure out what their actual goal is with this property. What's the price? When do they want it? Do they need to stay in the property? Do they need to take things out of the property? Do they need to get permission from anybody else? All of these things. So find out what the end goal is. Don't just go like everybody else and take pictures and then here's my offer. What do you think? It's not going to get signed. You gotta put them into that selling pocket. And there's no way to do that without really understanding what the goal is. Number 2, advanced agreements. Woo! Before you go on any appointment, before you make that offer presentation virtually, whatever you're doing, get advanced agreements. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if we've agreed on price and the terms, all the little things that you want to make sure happen to hit your goal, is there anything stopping us from moving forward with the agreement when I come over tomorrow at 2? Is there anything stopping us from moving forward while we're on the call here and going through the purchase agreement? Is there anything stopping us? Pull out the objections. There's only going to be 3 different buckets of objections. Since the dawn of time, since people have been able to own real estate, there's only been 3 buckets of objections: uncertainty, financial, and decision maker. That's it. Uncertain that they want to work with you. Uncertain that right now is the time to sell. Uncertain in the process. Uncertain in the price. Well, that's financial, is price. But uncertainty that they're going to do business with you. Let's keep it there. Second one, financial. Are they hitting their financial goals? Are you too low? Is it too high? Did you accept the offer too fast? Or their price too fast? And then the other one's the decision makers. Those are the only 3 buckets of objections that you're going to face. So wouldn't it be best, wouldn't it behoove you, I love that word, to understand the objections before you go on the appointment? You're getting all ready, you're time blocking it, you got a babysitter, you're taking some time off of work, you're doing all these things to go on this appointment. You don't know what the objections are before you go out there. Don't do that. Advanced agreements. Is there anything stopping us from moving forward when I get out there? Anything at all? So if I bring the agreement, you like the price, you like the terms, we've already talked about it. Anything stopping us from moving forward and signing the agreement when I come out there? Doing business together. Anything stopping us from doing business together and signing the agreement? Nope. Fantastic. I'll see it too. Yes, I need my attorney to review it. I need my real estate agent to return it. Great. What's their email? I'll send it to them right now. That way, when I'm on there, we could just jump on a 3-way call and we could talk to them. That'd be perfect. Or I could call them before, answer any questions that they have, whatever. Right? But people kind of put those things up because you haven't number one, we're going back to it. You don't know their goal. You don't really know their goal. And two, they're kind of stiff. They don't want to make the decision too quickly because they don't want to make a bad decision. So you remove all the obstacles that they would feel mentally of making a bad decision before you even show up. And then guess what? Your close ratio goes up. Now you're not running around town wasting your time. Well, Brent, what if I say something like that and they say they don't want to sell? Great. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your attention. Figure it out. Go loop back to find out why they considered selling in the first place or why they wanted to sell in the first place. Well, Brent, maybe they'll tell me that they sold to somebody else or that there's other competition. There's another uncertainty. Well, there's other offers. Great. Make sure you understand the objections before you go out there, and you will close more deals. 100%. All right? Number three is you need to show up mentally, physically, and emotionally. This is something that I was recently taught, and I think it's really cool. You know, the sales part, and this is really what it is. Conversion and acquisitions and lead follow-up and pre-qualifying is all about human communication and the sales part of it. And it is the only part of the business that can't be done if your mindset's destroyed. If you're going through something really, really, really rough or whatever, you can't just turn that off and not be emotional. You could do that if you're pulling lists. You could do that if you're playing around in your CRM. You could do that if you're doing your bookkeeping. You could get away with all sorts of different things in business. If you really look at business, if it's marketing, you could do marketing and still, not be emotionally right. But sales, you have to be. So what are you listening to on the way there? Are you constantly filling your head with great stuff? Or are you listening to music in your car by yourself, which is ridiculous for an entrepreneur to do? Why wouldn't you be a mobile university driving around, listening to great podcasts or listening to recorded calls that you had or listening to YouTube videos? Got to. That'll take you to 0 to 60 real fast if you're just always bombarding yourself with positivity. But show up mentally, physically, emotionally. Show up 15 minutes early. Don't show up late. Don't you do it. You're on your back foot then. If you're walking into that appointment apologizing, amateur. You know what I mean? Like, you need to show up early. You need to look good. You need to be well groomed. You need to probably be wearing something professional, a polo at least. I wouldn't wear this. I've got a polo in the car. Not that I go on appointments, but if I need to, I'll pop on a polo for sure. But show up mentally, physically, emotionally. Be professional. You're there to buy their house. Think about that. This is kind of like your interview to buy their house. You know what I mean? Like if you were to interview for something, how would you show up? Would you show up late? All kind of sad and dour and schlubby? Better not. You're not getting that job. You're not getting that opportunity. So don't do it when you're interviewing for the job of buying somebody's house. And you've done all the things, all of the initial interviews to sit down with the big boss now. Consider it that. This is your job. This is your opportunity to make an impact. All right? Number 4. This goes without saying, but it's the hardest part of conversion. Go for the close. If you'll just sign here after you review the paperwork. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to review the agreement. And then after we review it and I've answered all your questions, we're going to go ahead and sign it. And then that way we can move forward and I can open up escrow, okay? Frame the offer presentation. If you frame it, this is what we're going to do. They're either going to object to it or they're going to be like, okay. And if they object to it, then you go back, circle back to number 1. Push hard right there to discover the goal. If they don't have the goal of selling their property for speed and convenience, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I'm going to do it for experience. It's not experience. It's bad experience. It's like, oh, I'm going to practice. Oh, really? Because there's bad practice. You could practice all day long to shoot a basketball with your feet. You can. Go for it. Not going to make the NBA. Not going to make anything. Probably. There's bad practice. Don't do that. Perfect practice matters. Follow these instructions. This is the practice. The practice happens on the phone while you are discovering and pulling out the goals. And you got this. You're so powerful. I'm telling you, you can do this. You can do this. Don't just go there because I just want to see what happens. If curiosity gets the best of you, whatever. We're out here trying to provide value and not just waste everybody's time, including my own, for sure. So go for the close. Frame it. All right, next step. I'm going to go through the agreement step by step. I'm going to explain everything, answer any questions that you have, and then we'll go ahead and I'll sign it. I'll sign the agreement or approve. Some people like that. And then we'll approve the agreement, and then I'll go ahead and send this to the title company and open up escrow. I like that. I like that better, actually. Approve. I think that's a Jerry Norton thing. I would just be like, we're going to sign this. Boom. Done. But go for the close. Don't be afraid to go for the close. There's a really big difference there for the people that go for the close and the people that are just like, so what should we do? Should I send you the contract? Some people don't even bring the purchase agreement, which is bananas. Anyway, you guys get it. Go for the close. Number 1, push hard to discover the goal. Number 2, advance agreements so you understand the objections. Number 3, show up mentally, physically, and emotionally. And number 4, go for the close. We've made it to the 4th section, Millionaire Mindset. I have some thoughts about this. I think about this a lot because without the right mindset in the real estate investing business, in the real estate wholesaling business, it's constant ups and downs and messing around, and we have to protect our positive, optimistic, curious, kind, confident mindset all the time. So number 1 thing to protect our mindset is to increase your skills. Increase your skills. What skills? Right here. We went through it in the business plan. Your 10 real estate skills. Make sure that you're going through it. Make sure you're being honest. But you increase your skills, you increase your confidence. That's just a fact. You don't see pilots like freaking out because they have confidence in their skills, or athletes or actors or doctors or whatever you want it to be. We have every morning, we walk Bo, our 6-year-old, to school. And at his school, they have something called Pledge and Prayer. And they do the Pledge of Allegiance and a prayer and everything. And the principal is always up there on the mic going through it. And he's just flawless, right? He's just been doing it so much. He's just very confident. He's got the skills of communication. He knows the process. He knows the scripts. He knows everything that needs to happen throughout the whole thing. And it's just beautiful. And it's a nice moment as the kids are going off. We wave to him. We say, I love you after all that stuff, and it's done. But it's because he has the skills to do it, because he's been up there every single day going through the same pledge and prayer all the time. And there's nuance to it, but it's just an example that everybody that's high level has confidence, and that confidence comes from their skills. They know they're highly skilled. So if you want a bulletproof mindset, build bulletproof skills. And you have the 10 skills test so you know which skills you need to focus on. And if you're being honest with yourself and you go from a scale of 1 to 10 on each one of these, you know which ones to work on. Build your skills and you build your confidence. Number 2, remove drama quickly. Remove drama quickly. Do you know what the number 1 expense is in real estate? It's not marketing. It's not your staff. It's not your operations. It's not insurance. It's not any of those. It's not hard money costs. It's your emotions. 100%. Your emotions are the most expensive part of this business. They are. They're gonna prevent you from going to the next level. They're gonna put you in a place to make bad investments. Don't do it. Remove the drama quickly because it costs too much time. It costs too much time, and you need to make sure that your mindset is clear as often as possible. So if you go on the highs and then you go on the lows of real estate and all the emotions, and you're not just staying even with it, it's really tough to build a consistent, predictable business, profitable business. So remove the drama quickly, all right? Number 3, clean up your environment. Does your environment support the goals that you've set? There's just something about it. There's just something about humans being in a cluttered, dark environment that reduces productivity. It does. When it comes to human communication, you could do all sorts of stuff on your computer. But when it comes to actually communicating, being on the phone, talking to people, having conversations, making offers, clear up your environment. Does your environment support the goals that you've set? It's going to instantly clean car, clean house, clean office. You walk in, put the headset in, get on the calls, go bananas. I'm telling you, it's a huge, huge, huge benefit. Clean up your environment, and you're going to clean up your productivity for sure. Next, number 4, we become who we associate with. I've never heard that, Brent. Yeah, right. We do. We become who we associate with. Who are you spending the most time with? Who are you associating with? And I'm not just talking about the people that like in your life physically. Some people are obsessed with like influencers. Some people are obsessed with like celebrities. Some people are obsessed with athletes or whatever else, right? It's like that's going to affect you. Who are you spending the most time with? And it can be indirect for sure. Is it somebody that's encouraging you and pushing you and living the life that you want to live? Is it somebody that's going to be your cheerleader? Who are you surrounding yourself with? You become who you associate with. So who's that going to be? Make sure that it's tight. Make sure that your personal board of directors, it's filled with the best of the best. Filled with the best of the best. People that are going to protect you, people that are going to call you out, people that really know you, people that are places that you want to go. All those people are so critical. You got to let them know what you're doing, and you got to do it. You want to be a magnet for incredible people? Go do amazing things. Go do the things that you said you were going to do. Go follow your business plan that we talked about earlier in this training. And if you're just watching this section of the training, go back and do the business plan. It's critical. We become who we associate with. And the last one, I'm going to loop this all the way around. Stop comparing yourself to others. Only compare yourself to your business plan. That's it. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that's going to push you and grow, to really grow, to really stay focused. Social media is a wonderful tool for business. But if you're just on there following other people, being a voyeur, you're like an NPC, bro. You're definitely not the first person character. You're just kind of there. You're just part of the machine. You're just part of the audience. Like, be the one that's loud. Be the first person character. Don't just sit there and just mindlessly watch other people and then compare yourself, feel bad because you're comparing yourself to where they're at. Start using it as a tool. Get loud. Every single day you should be posting, and I have a video on this channel. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe right now. We'll give you all the instructions and tools and downloads and resources you could ever want to go out and build a successful business. You gotta take the action. You got to get loud. And there's a video on here that is all about posting every single day to your stories and friend requesting people in the real estate investing business every single day to get to 5,000 people in Facebook, posting every single day to your stories. I buy houses. I buy houses. I buy houses. Send me your deals. Send me your deals. Send me your deals. You do that every single day for a year. Watch what happens. I think you'll do an extra 10 deals. We're talking about doing 50 deals. Plus, in this training, you'll do 10 just for posting every single day. So make sure you get loud. Make sure you have that confidence. Make sure you have that conviction. You could do this. This is the best business ever. It is. You are one conversation away from completely changing your financial life, which then will impact all the other stuff. Capital runs the world. Capital is what buys us freedom. Capital is what gets us opportunities. Capital is what pays for the best treatments for the people that we love. So go out and get it. Because you wouldn't be watching this unless you already had that seed of ambition, that seed of hunger, that seed of, hey, I only got a certain amount of time on here. Why don't I see how much potential I have for service to other human beings while I'm here on this planet and able to do so? You're the best. You can do this. I love you. And that's it. If you found value in this, please put it in the comments section. If you have questions, I'm going to be answering in the comments section. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. On behalf of Matt and Luke and myself, we love you. We know that you can go out there, take massive and perfect action, and build something that you're going to really be proud of. And remember, clean your house. Keep your house clean. Okay? Protect your health and increase your value to the world. You'll live a fantastic life. We'll see you next week. Love you.